Hey, what's up, everyone? You are listening to the J, and this is a Tetsudo Mokei edition. Well, this one's actually more of a diorama or diorama, if you're in Japan, review. And this one is for the Kato Town 23-437, the Fashion Biru 1, which is Fashion Building number 1. In America, they call it the Fifth Avenue Building, while in Japan, we know it as Marui. Marui is a pretty huge company. It's a Japanese multinational retail company which operates a chain of department stores in Tokyo and different cities. And they are best known for, as you could say, having the department store with I guess you could say it caters mostly towards women, but there's people of all ages. Pretty much, it's a pretty big place for women to go shopping or people who are looking for accessories or so. But it's actually a major staple when you go to Tokyo, and it's sad to see some of them close. But a lot of people will notice that symbol of 0101, which is a combination of the name of the parent company, which is Marui, and the president, OIOI. So it's written as Marui in katakana. And when it's written in Japanese, but when you see it in the stores and you see it, the Japanese symbol of O is read as Maru, and the numeral 1 is can be seen as a visual pun of ichi, but it is pronounced as e, Japanese e, so marui. So 0101, it's marui. And okay, so let's go ahead and start with the review here. So we're looking at the packaging of the Kato Town 23-437 Fashion Biru. Again, I'm going to be calling it the Marui building because that's what it is in Japan. You can call it Fifth Avenue building if you want. Okay, so just looking at the packaging and just looking at how everything looks, things that caught my eye are the windows, the signs. Again, the Marui stores cater to women, so that's why you'll see a lot of fashion towards to women, although there's a thing called Easy Girl. That's a little funny, but yeah, some people might question that. But otherwise, I like that little sign with the Marui, I mean. I like the Marui logo on the top. That's very cool. It has these little nubs in there, which I'm not really a big fan of, but if anything, though, I like the lining. I don't think I would do any panel lining on this. Some people might, but it's best to just not deal with that because I think it looks good as it is already. So let's go ahead and go for the unboxing, or let's take a look at the packaging again. You can see the design, and pretty much this Biru, this building is just one piece. You can't open it up or anything like that. Okay, I switched to another camera because my other camera died, and now I'm on my DSLR, I believe. But this one, I like the stairs. I like how it goes like that. Of course, people can walk that high if they want, but in Japan, everyone's accustomed to using escalators or elevators. Yeah, I like the detail with the lighting, especially the windows. I like it. It's darkened. You really can't see anything inside, which may be a good thing because I don't think there's anything in there. I like that little side panel. One thing for those who like to do their own design and prints, you could put a little Marui stores often had these advertisements that they would run right in the empty spaces. So if you have a color printer, have at it. You can pretty much make your own designs similar to the ads that you see on the buildings for Marui stores. But for the most part, I do like the detail. Okay, now it's out of the box. You just had two plastic coverings on top. You have there's a little tape on the logo, but I just left it on there for now. As you can see the doors, there are two openings right on the front. You can see the little mannequins right there on the left. For the most part, the building is darkened, the windows. So if you look at other sides of it, I'll try to get that with the lighting. I'm trying to shine the light to see if you could see something in the interiors, or better, looking at the detail, especially of the signs right there. But yeah, there are some things like counters or so that you could see if you really look inside there. The top, I like how the detail is up there. Yeah, really nice detail. And really, you don't have to color much of anything if you are a stickler for that, because even when you go buy a Marui building in Tokyo, a lot of it is usually white or off-white or beige or something like that. You don't really have to go too much into painting or weathering the building. You don't have to do it at all. Personally, I think it's fine the way it is. More detail on the side right there from the rear. I like that a lot. Okay, now here is a 1/100 Gundam, the Gundam version 3.0. As you can see, compared to a little person right there, mini person, the 1/100 is just way too big. So it's best to use an HG Gundam, like right here. Here's the size of it right now. The mini person that I'm using right there is a little bit too tall. So you have to use a little smaller people. I think, let's see here. While that plays, I'm looking at the overall detail, but you can see a better close-up now that I'm going through each area. But the people that you want to use, of course, are 1/150, 1/140, or 1/130, or 1/125 is just way too big, especially for train sets. You want to keep things at 1/150 to 1/160 if possible. I've ordered 1/150. You could get like 100 of those really cheap, like $4 on eBay or so. But here's the difference right there. Up, the guy fell over, but that is a 1, and let's see here. I know the HG Gundam is 1/144, which is just perfect for this, but the woman is a smaller figure. I believe that's a 1/140. Here it is. You can see the well, it's a little blurry, but you can see the size difference between the two. You want it a little bit smaller, so if you could get a person a mini person at 150, I think things are going to be much better. It's going to be right to the size of the door where their head can go under. But right now, those are just a little bit too big. But you can see the size comparisons right now. I think for those who are doing Ultraman and they have a 144, heck, you could do it with a 100 Ultraman. That'd be great. Here I am experimenting with lighting. I put some lighting inside the building. For those who are wondering what I'm using right now, I'm using Lego lighting. You can get Lego lighting easily on Amazon. All you have to do, they're USB based, and you can just plug it into a battery, especially if you have a small battery. It makes it all worth it. But anyway, here is the Marui building from Kato. And again, it's definitely worth checking out. So overall feelings, I do feel that the Kato high-rise structure is worth getting. It's probably one of the better looking buildings that you can get. It's been around since 2021. Price usually goes for $52, so it is a little pricey. But the thing is that I'm not sure if they went out and got a license to do that. That's why they charge quite a bit. But at the same time, it is one of the Kato buildings that really shines. You got all 8 floors. It's a corner building and it's fully molded. You can't open it up. There are a little area underneath where you can put a small light, an LD light. LD lights, especially ones that are activated by button or one that's plugged by USB, they can be easily used. I mean, I'm using a Lego light that I put in there. Lego lights come in a variety of LEDs, so you can find those easily for cheap. But the thing is that finding structures for your diorama, especially for if you're doing a Japanese one, having a Marui building is really awesome. People know what it is, and if you have it in your setup, that's just really awesome. Of course, that's if you're going for a city type landscape. For those who are looking towards it for Ultraman or for Ultraman, especially with when Ultraman is super big, tall, over buildings, yeah, a 1/100th or even a bigger scale would work perfectly for it. But for Gundams, I would go for the 1/144 HG. It's right. It would be a right type of size for that. And then for the many people, again, I recommend going for 1/150 or something smaller. But for the most part, this is a very good building. I mean, if they continue to make more buildings and high-rises, I think that would be the benefit for people who are wanting it for their trained diorama backgrounds or dioramas in general. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. So that is my review of the Kato 23437. Again, it's called the Fashion Biru 1. In the US, it's called the Fifth Avenue Building, and it's, I give the thumbs up. Marui Building, I think it adds some panache to your city landscape, especially if you're going for a Japanese type of landscape. So definitely worth checking out. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Bye.